Testing, testing now. Every time the computer restarts, without fail. I did an event yesterday, so I had to rearrange a bunch of stuff, and looks like the computer restarted and all that fun stuff. So, yeah. So you're like, when you're looking at this, and you're like, okay, well, is that really how we expect a high to form? Not really. This itself leads to more selling, cool. And you only see that type of PA when the retracement is done, right? If you're going to put in a top, usually you put in accumulation. Then we manipulate everybody, and then you get your retracement. If we're going to get a deep one, that is. Likewise with these violent movements down, sideways, okay, more sideways, and then you can tell it's going to be lifting here. So we're kind of looking at this, and this area for me is the key. And if you're looking at your hourly as well, we've already flipped on the hourly. We traded into our area of interest. This is looking a little bit sus. Looking a little bit sus as we trade back down into this, and then maybe even this huge area from yesterday. This huge area from yesterday. Right? Now, I don't really have anything clean in here at all to really sort of measure from, you know, like maybe if we're taking like the larger range, then that sort of makes sense, right? We manipulated both sides of it, but even then, yesterday FOMC was a little bit wild. That was a little bit wild. So I haven't taken any trades. Is sound coming in and out? Odd. Odd. Right now, I personally think that we're going to expand beyond this lower, but we've now got a lot of strength coming in on the other side. Yesterday was bullshit. Yesterday, I mean, look, there's a couple of days, pretty much every month, at least, where even if you look at the chart later on, it doesn't make a ton of sense. And the reason for that is because these fundamental days where you've got fundamental news, or perhaps a better way of considering it would be higher time frame areas of interest, right? What's the flip strategy and that way of trading? What's it ideally predicated on? It's predicated on higher time frame direction, and then lower time frame retracement, and then being aligned with that direction, right? You've got either a 15-minute bullish trend, and then you're looking for this movement that then flips and then aligns with that, right? So what you have in days like yesterday, you have a higher time frame reversal, right? So if you've got a bearish trend, and it became very, very evident in the morning that it was a bearish trend, almost straight away, you had this violent movement. We retraced up, and that failed. So all these movements, even this 5-minute, right? Which you could look at this and go, well, what the hell happened? And it actually gave opportunities perhaps to mitigate, but that's neither here nor there. The entire day sold off to an area of interest on the higher time frame. So all these lower time frame movements, even this one, right, where people were looking at catching the lows, that works when you have a mean reversion day, where you've got this, which then trades back in, and then you've got something like this, and then it flips, and then you're looking for like a noon curve short to run the lows, whatever. Or vice versa, right? And I think like Monday was, even though it was garbage, was a decent example of that. We had a higher time frame direction. Now we're looking for reasons to get involved for longs, right? But for the same reason, shorting this after it's confirmed, like here, that it wants to continue higher, you got a higher time frame reason of going up now. And trading against that higher time frame is a nightmare. Right? Similar to going long in this. Yeah, I'm sure we could make some money. Now, took London's high. Yeah, this sort of accumulation and then this, that would have been an aggressive sort of trade from the morning at least. New 15-minute candle just opened. I don't want to overload you guys with much in terms of these levels of these extensions and whatnot. You're seeing that this is obviously not reacting accurately from here, which tells you that this movement is beyond a 15. Or we've actually got a closure there and then this dump. This very well could be manipulation and then we end up closing inside of it. That would be nasty, right? But you're seeing how powerful they end up being, and I need to write an algorithm for it. Give me my 8:30 short back. Did you short this? You legend. Right? Like, you guys will find as well with any, and this goes with any strategy too. Why, and essentially you got strategy X. This applies to any strategy, right? Strategy X. I don't think I can get involved in anything down here. We got to kind of wait until we get something major. This very well could be a bottom. It very well could take these lows still. I think that it's going to take these lows still just from the just from that expansion that just happened on the 15-minute. That's a little violent. This is an unmitigated area of interest, but we'll see. I want to see kind of what happens with this area. You're inside of this structural zone too overnight, but we'll see. Anyway, you got strategy X, right? And that's not to say that some of these strategies are easier or better for people to pick up with initially than others, right? Like, I don't know, God. Let's get rid of some of this nonsense. There. Pointing up, we're long on pullbacks. Pointing down, you're short. And it's literally that simple. Right? Something this basic. But discretion comes into that. For example, do you want to be shorting down here? Or are you shorting balances off of it? My point isn't to trade based off the EMA. My point is that some strategies have a little bit more discretion, some don't. What's the point of discretion in a system? Discretion in the system is going, my system is this, or some sort of a reaction, right? We talked about this. I'm not long right now. I probably should be, but I'm yapping. Now, this should not trade back down into here. If it did, I would be long to the tits for this move. None. And we're up 50, 60 points now. Right? Really like the accumulation manipulation. I didn't like how the 50-minute actually closed down here in that zone. But I don't get what I want all the time. Yeah. So, circling back to strategy-wise, and I talked about this a little bit inside of our Discord. You have range-bound environments. Let's say this is your higher time frame. Right? And you've got this. Which is essentially what yesterday ended up being, right? From a higher time frame perspective. We're inside of a huge range. Right? So you've got this, we can return back down to this area, right? We knew we were going to take those lows as well when it was blasting away and didn't do it on Monday, right? But my point is that when you're inside of these environments and you're looking for, say, follow through and you're shorting here for this, or you're longing here for expansion, that does not work. That does not work in ranges. When you're in trending environments and you've got momentum on your side, you short here and you get follow through. You long here on the breakout and you get follow through because you've got momentum on your side. If you play mean reversion in this and you look at this, and even with structure, you look to short the midpoint of a confirmed zone, you're going to get your face melted off. Why? Because it's the wrong environment. You're bringing a muscle shirt and Hawaii shorts, and it's pouring rain and it's -5. And you're trying to show off your muscles. Not going to work out very well. My point is that a large part of systematic trading is understanding what weather conditions you're in. That's what makes the difference, whether you're going to apply it or not, whether you're able to take it or not. That's not the same as saying that this is my, like, say this is your system and that's your entry. That's not the same as saying that that the flip system or whatever doesn't work because it didn't trigger us in. That's not true, right? But what we're saying is that there's got to be a reason to be looking for a flip here in the first place. And there is. We're inside of a structural zone, right? If this wasn't a structural zone and you're looking for a flip here, it's no longer high probability. There's different caveats that we have as well, where you've got, say you've got a lower time frame flip, and this is your 5-minute high, and it fails at the flip, and now you're looking for this trading back in. You're going to get blasted through, especially if it's a higher time frame move. Right? So if you look at yesterday, for example, and you don't know these 15 minutes at the time, but not one 15-minute, you could argue that one, maybe, but I mean, even then you're kind of getting, well, that's your last structural, so that's not, so, you know, maybe that is, okay, that makes sense to me. I think that was that 5-minute flip that ended up happening as well, right? So you could have, in theory, expected that CSD to be hit, and it didn't. Okay, so that's a loss, let's say, right? But essentially, you're looking at all these, and you're going, all these flips on the lower time frame have got to yield something, and we didn't have any 5-minute valid lows until this here. So that might have been a loss, right? Or wherever that 15-minute was. But like, there's a couple of different things. The first one being, number one, it's FOMC. Number two is that you've missed how many short opportunities as well. And you could argue as well, like if we're replaying yesterday, is there any sort of flips that occurred? Not really. Right? There's retracements back in, short. Retracements back in, short. Right? And that might not be your style of trading, so you're hands off of shorts. Even if you're like looking at it and you're going, you know what? We're continuing to fail here. That's not what I want to see. Even if, I think I had an hourly zone that I gave to you guys where this was just accumulating, it was bouncing off both sides. That's a range, and as soon as it expands, where are we looking to trade from? We're looking to trade from the area where it made the decision to drop. Right? You could even argue that that's manipulation. It didn't touch the midpoint, fair enough. Whether there's a gap here, whether it's better on the one, who knows? So there's an economic cost to that too. Right? This trades back up to our area of interest, sweeps the 9 a.m. hourly high again, or the 9:30 high or whatever, and we're just going to accumulate. And I think that people are really sort of looking at, do we continue on here with all-time highs? Or is this accumulation, manipulation, and then we pull back? I think that's a dangerous precedent to be betting against this. I think that yesterday puts were very, very good, and then as this closed, that's not good, right? That yields higher, and everybody panicked and got out of Dodge, both overnight and during London. Or they panicked and that's why there was this major rally into the close. I've missed about 3 trades this morning, so there's your tap back in, by the way. Did it really? Yikes. Yeah. So you look at this and you go, well, come on. And yet all it did was trade up into this and then come back down into it. Right? Happy days. You've got the highs of 13.25. That should be no problem as well. Maybe we take this high and then we sell off. This is what really started moving. But there goes your morning high, speaking of. Right? Probably all the way up into here, would be my guess. Wherever that ends up coming from. I don't even think we have anything, do we? Not really. Not really at all. Tons of selling, but that at least that low is 23, which is at least in here, so we'll kind of expect that as well. Lots of selling. Push. Push. Okay, I'm down to runners now. 24s. It's going to make me look really nice if that top ticks myself. Ooh, baby. Ooh, the top tick. No. Nope, 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 nope. Canwall said they're working on getting Trade-Of-8 on their live account so we can use Ninja with the other props. Yeah, That would be awesome. That would be awesome. What do you guys think of their changes? Their new website's quite nice. I like that a lot. I like the transparency for live. If this goes green to red, I'm out flat, right? So that's 1725. Which I fully expect it to hit, but this is the off chance that it just wants to continue parabolic and if it closes inside, I'll probably market close this as well. We're at the other edge of the band, so if she's a higher time frame move, she's a higher time frame move. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Did anybody ride anything long? Please tell me people avoided short. Took my runner off just below the second high. Okay. Like in here. No, Mel's. I was talking about like in here. Yeah, fair. Took the all-time high, or took the morning high, and then that actually closed bullish, so that to me was a potential adding opportunity. I'm actually a little annoyed at myself that I was yapping and didn't take this. That is the system. Pretty sure all you ICT traders see. What is this, a breaker, and this is a fair value gap? Isn't that a unicorn or something? Or silver bullet or some nonsense? Everybody is like, look at this. You're going to see it all over Twitter today, so you guys might as well. Unicorn, yep. Day 6 of ETF Elite that I passed on the Beast Day. Matthias. Let's go, Matthias. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. All right. Day 6. Day 6. Was long from 611, 15-minute fair value gap. The start of the energy of the move upside to 711. All right. Demo in from down here. This to me, I mean, this is, this looks like here does not look like it, and that's because this is a higher time frame movement. Up until that point, 605.75, okay. I would have taken a grand total of 7 points of drawdown. If I hit it on the way down, that is. Right? Blasts through. Trades back into it. Where does it stop? Is this reminiscent of any Wombo combo stuff you guys are listening or hearing? Yeah. Shorts, at least at the open, I think were the better play. And then essentially you're looking at this, right? Which is what we talked about. We're looking at this area of interest. Structurally, the flip trades back down to an area of structure. If it breaks, well, then we definitely don't want to be long. How many shorts do you think get barbecued above this high? It's probably going to be this one, 761. It's probably taking both, but... Ooh, does it leave it? That would be so dirty if it left it. Boom. Target filled. 10 after 7 in the morning. Now what? You guys want to talk about life? Faith, spirituality, love. Whoop. Da highs. Da highs. What do you think? People bailing out, or do you think we squeeze them and then come back in? What time is it? Oh, we got a couple minutes left on that. You got a couple minutes left on that. What to do now, lads? What to do now, lads? Ooh. Did anybody miss any part of that long? You guys still hunting for some more trades? This is kind of going sideways. Be a little bit sus. Can understand people shorting from the high, but honestly, after that kind of a move, I'd be a little bit concerned. But that being said, I think they get paid. But I'm not involved in anything right now. Yeah. It's like, when do you expect this to drop? Do we expect that to drop? Right? Like, you got this. Well, that's not exactly a good candle if you're expecting lower prices. You tried taking this and you failed. And this candle closed above. So it's not really a reversal signal at all, is it? In fact, that's a long entry. Yeah. So we might not expect this to continue higher. So say we're in long from here. That's why we have runners. I'm not suggesting your runner go break even on this, right? And risk 50 points. But I would look at something like this candle, for example, like stop underneath the low. That makes sense. We expect people that are shorting in here, they're going to want to cover. So there'll be some buying pressure from here. Forget like these levels. That would be kind of what I would expect. I would have been extremely long from 81 had it traded back down into it. Yeah. And I mean, coming off of yesterday as well, you're probably also anecdotally looking at it going, you know what, I'm going to take my hits today and not look at trying to do too much. And I think that's a proper way of approaching it as well. First long 617 kept re-entering for repeated 20 pointers. Okay. I can get on board with that logic. You're you're likely very, very profitable trading that way when you're correct on direction, and then you have to learn how to stay out of trouble. Like, for example, yesterday hitting longs, or in giant ranges. When do we get wrecked? But in trending environments, and you're long 20, you're long 20, you're long 20, you're long 20, whatever the entry model is, then pretty much until proven otherwise, away you go. I can't long this, I can't short this, so I'm sitting here watching. We'll do a little giveaway tomorrow. By the way, those of you guys that trade fast tracks or do have DTF accounts with ETF, our code does not work with them. It's only the end of days or the 1 steps or whatever that comes in. Just a heads up. Yeah. Price speeding up. Price really speeding up here, so we could be looking at a squeeze and then our pullback. But I'm expecting a violent movement here one way or the other in the next minute or two. So caution if you're still in positions or what you're doing. There goes the highs. Now we determine if we're going to get our squeeze or what's going on. Haven't taken a trade since the long. Haven't taken anything. And I think it's better to sit on your hands while you wait for price to tell you whereabouts it's going to go. Right? But you're long until proven otherwise, right? Do I have anything? I don't think I really have anything at all. I don't think I have anything at all, right? That's already been dealt with. No, we had these levels in the morning, right? So very likely that it goes up to 810 if it expands beyond this 62 area, but man. I think if there is some sort of a reaction here where we got sent up from this, there was a lot of interest in this area here. So if like we get like a nice closure and then a pullback or something, then it would continue. But anything pretty much other than that, I'm sitting on my hands, not even considering shorting this. Get a higher time frame movement coming out. Right, you might get like a 1030, but we shall see. This is all predicated on this 15-minute actually expanding from this area of interest too. Now that candle actually closing inside, that's not the expansion that they wanted from that. So now we see what goes on here. Violencia. Woo! Break even at 56. Ooh. Gotta get through 62 here. That just took me out. We'll consider getting back in if this ends up closing strong. Could be looking at a bit of a deeper pullback. We'll see. We'll see. Not a good close for bears. Not a good close for bears. right? So people looking at this 5-minute candle, okay. And I'll be break even again at 62s if it doesn't want to expand here. Let's go to the highs. Annoying that came down again to 56. And my first trade got stopped out on. And that was only because I didn't want this area to be disrespected as we were going quite a bit down. So the fact that we held there and then this traded through. Boom. Anybody grab anything in there? Are we good? Morning. $10.26. Cool. Love it. Everybody green. Are we happy? We ready to run away? Got a new 15-minute candle coming in here in about 2 minutes. Everything all right, Tigo? Good to see you, man. Usually what I'm doing is for those of you guys, there's been a couple people that have asked for the 2-minute candles. I like these consolidations, so I'm looking at what candle the S&DR forms on. And that's the candle that I'm doing a lot of measurements and trading from. So it's not necessarily that I'm on the 2, because the 2 is better or anything like that. What I'm on is I'm on the candle that that draws. So you guys will see me switch to the 5 if there's something decent, but there's nothing here on the 5 at all, right? So I wouldn't sit on this. I'm sitting on this one because I like how that behaved here. Yeah, I saw that, bro. I saw that. We should chat about that. See how you're doing and all of that. Glad we're green. Glad we're green. I'm daily goal is hit for me on those last couple of trades there. I think that this does expand. What did we have? I think we had the I think we had this, didn't we? Up at 810s or so, respecting the lower band of it. Probably going. We drove through this. Obviously, we're not respecting this one. I think we trade up into these 810s here. So, just a heads up for those of you guys that are looking for whereabouts to take this off of, or here, or whatever you guys hit. And again, when this was doing this, if we're here, yeah, cool. Hindsight looks like long as shit, right? But the reality of it is that we expect this. At minimum, we expect that, right? And then what ends up happening is you get this candle. Okay. Is that a long? Maybe. Maybe that's a long, candlestick-wise. But if it's not, this certainly is. Right? You want a bearish, get the hell away from this area. We've got business to go down here for. Right? As in, oh, thank you, boom. Oh, you know what? I've still got resting orders to fill. So it's going to be lethargic and garbage, and then boom, right? Trades up, goodbye. Closes here, follow through. That's what you want from a top, right? Trades up, thank you, goodbye. Both here and here. Response, right? You get a weak response in an area that you need a strong response, you will get a squeeze. Always. Maybe not always, but quite often. Here's your 810s. Man. They don't do it like us. They don't do it like us. Praise the Lord for the foresight. Okay? Target filled. Hopefully you guys agree. If you guys have questions or whatnot, I'll be in the Discord. I'll be at my desk for the next half an hour or so. And I'm going to wrap it up here. Daily goal hit. Pretty painless morning. Pretty much longs from anywhere after this flip. Right? No concerns. We traded here. That traded back down to our area of interest and then immediate rocket ship, right? So, I mean, long, all the way. And now you might get your pullback. We'll see. Okay. Thank you, lads. And we'll chat with you soon.